constituents hold town halls, but you also saw they've been told they have a chance of being killed. Do you understand why some of them are wary of holding these town halls, doing it by teleconference, or not showing up?
No, I honestly don't, and I don't accept it for a minute. If you don't have the guts to face your constituents, then you shouldn't be in the United States Congress. And if you need police at the meetings, that's fine. Have police at the meetings. Have security at the meetings. But don't use that as an excuse to run away from your constituents after you support repealing the Affordable Care Act, throwing 20 million people off of health insurance, doing away with pre-existing conditions. If you're going to do all of those things, answer the questions that your constituents have.
So today, when Marco Rubio was I guess seen at he wasn't at a town hall. People showed up. There he is on a milk carton. They're saying, where's Marco Rubio not holding a town hall? He should be holding one.
Well, I think that every member of the United States Congress, that's what you're elected to do. That's what a democracy is about. You know, I have probably held more town meetings in the state of Vermont than any public official in the history of our state, and I enjoy doing that. That's what my job is. I got to hear from people. I got to explain what I'm trying to do. People agree, people disagree. That's called democracy. And I hope that every member of Congress, every member of the Senate adheres to that principle.
So when they're holding these town halls, those of them that are, obviously they have faced an onslaught, right? And there's lines of people. People are coming in. People are frustrated. Sean Spicer, the White House press secretary, senator, said that, in his words, there's a, quote, bit of a professional protester manufactured base showing up at these town halls. And I know you recently said that the difference between this movement and the Tea Party is that the Tea Party was funded. And I just wanted to play for our viewers what you said a couple weeks ago. Here you are.
It's not a Tea Party because the Tea Party was essentially funded by the billionaire Koch brothers family.
Now, the White House senator is saying the exact same thing about this movement. I mean, the exact same thing here, Sean Spicer.
I think that we need to call it what it is. It's not these organic uprisings that we've seen through the last several decades. You know, the Tea Party was a very organic movement. This has become a very paid AstroTurf type movement.
Can you say, Senator, with absolute certainty that this, what he just said, is not true?
Look, I hope I do not shock your viewers by telling you that the White House occasionally lies, and that's just another lie. What is going on now is that people all over this country are beginning to rise up. They're demanding answers to what happens. Aaron, if you throw 20 million people off of health insurance, thousands of people are going to die. If you do away with pre-existing conditions, then people are not going to be able to get health insurance who have cancer or have diabetes. People want to ask their Republican representatives, what happens? Why are you doing this? What are your plans for the future? So I think you are seeing people organizing effectively, but unlike the Tea Party, this is not being funded by the billionaire class.
The Tea Party, though, was real, right? When it came time to vote, they voted. And they swept, right? I mean, it was real. So anyone who tried to dismiss it by just saying it was funded or paid was wrong, right? I mean, that's the reality of the situation.
Well, the reality is that Donald Trump won. He lost the popular vote by almost 3 million votes, but he did win the election. But there are people all over this country now, and by the way, it's not just Democrats. There are Republicans who are looking at Trump and the White House, and they're saying, hey, you told us, Mr. President, that you were not going to cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. You sent out 1 million tweets promising us you wouldn't do it. And now you have brought into your administration people whose whole career is based on cutting Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. You told us, Mr. President, when you campaigned, that you were going to stand up to Wall Street. Well, you've brought half of Wall Street into your administration. What's going on? Those are some of the questions, I think, that people want answered.
So, Senator, some of the staffers who worked on your campaign, I don't know if you're aware of this, they have a new project called #WeWillReplaceYou, and they want your support. They're threatening other Democrats. So according to their website, and I'm going to quote what this group says, Democrats must know there is a price for collaborating with Trump. Any Democrats who would give legitimacy or support to Trump do not represent us and must be replaced. Do you support that strategy to tell other Democrats that you better say no to Trump every single time or we're going to boot you out?
No, look, it's a free country and people can do whatever they want to do. But I don't even know what that means, say no to Trump every single time. I voted for 2 of Trump's nominees because I thought they were within the mainstream of political life in America. And I voted against all the others because I think you had a bunch of right-wing extremists. I think what good politics is about from a progressive perspective is taking a hard look at the totality of what members of Congress and other candidates are saying and doing, and supporting or not supporting them on that basis. Right now, in my view, we need a mass movement of people, and I think we need members of Congress actively involved in that movement to tell President Trump that we are not going to give tax breaks to billionaires, that we're not going to throw millions of people who have lived in this country, sometimes for decades, out of this country, that we're not going to have a foreign policy which is destroying alliances that we have had for decades, that we're not going to do those things. And that's what I think the politics of the moment is about.
Do you support, though, this concept of being primary? That's what it's about, right? Democrats turning on Democrats. So if you work with Trump too much, we're gonna take you out. We're going to put in some.
I don't know.
They talk about this as the Bernie Sandersization of the Democratic Party, or Elizabeth
Warren. You're asking me about a small group of people who do a very good job in getting publicity. I don't know what that means. And again, I think what you have to do is look at the totality of what a candidate does. If you don't like the candidate, fine, don't support that candidate. Do what you want. But I think right now, what the goal is, my goal is, and by the way, this coming Saturday, I think the Republicans have not seen anything yet. If they're worried about the protests they're seeing, they're going to see more. This coming Saturday, we believe there'll be well over 100 protests, most of them in Republican offices around the country, district offices, demanding that Republican members of Congress meet with their constituents and answer the questions that their constituents have.
I know you've got at least 130 rallies already planned right now. You do get some disdain from some in the Republican Party, including someone that you know very well. You've debated not long ago on Obamacare, Senator Ted Cruz. Here's what he had to say about Democrats today.
There's a technical term for their base.
Moscow.
I was going a different direction, which was bat crap crazy.
What do you say to Senator Cruz? You got 130 rallies this weekend, and he's sitting there making a joke, calling Democrats bat crap crazy.
Well, I think that Senator Cruz and many of his colleagues, a whole lot of them who received substantial campaign contributions for some of the wealthiest people in this country. In Senator Cruz's case, a number of billionaires have supported his campaign for president. I think that they are living in an alternative universe, and I don't think they know what's happening to working families, to the elderly people. Just one example, Aaron. If the Affordable Care Act is repealed tomorrow, you are a senior citizen out there who already cannot afford the outrageously high cost of prescription drugs. You're going to have to pay $2,000 a year more for your prescription drugs. How can you do that if you're trying to get by on $15,000 a year Social Security? If you are 23 years of age and right now you're on your parents' health insurance program, you're going to lose that if the Affordable Care Act is repealed. And what is most frightening, if you have diabetes, you have cancer, you have a pre-existing condition, you're one of tens of millions of people in that position. What happens to you? Maybe Senator Cruz should start answering those questions, talking to his constituents about those issues rather than making fun or disparaging others.